Alright, we're back. Just had to keep working. Some braiding wires over here. Trying to separate my three groups. So, meantime, I got everything else all tucked up and zip tied up in there. So, can you see the wires anywhere? No more wires coming across there and up in here and dangling, remember? So these are all tucked up tight. Zip tied in. These are all in there tight. This one's over here tight. So there's two of them going across. And then it goes right across the top up in here. You can barely see. Hidden pretty good. And over here, this one here is pretty well buried. If you didn't have a zip tie there, you wouldn't even see it. And that goes down the back side right over here. They're all zip tied up in there too. It's zip tied so it's not rubbing right there in the oil tank. And it has insulation there anyway on all of these wires. Then they sneak up on underneath there. These are all zip tied together in a packs of 3, so it's like one big harness. Hooks onto this, the original one here. The green wires are starter wire, triggering that. So then I got my 3 wires. I got brake light. These are my tail light wires, which are going to have to go to switch. And these are my grounds, which go to ground, which is over here. So I got 3 of everything. So these are going to be going down to here, and then there's going to be another wire coming back up to the switch. So this is going to have a fourth wire put into this harness. So I think I can get one inside that harness, but we'll see. It's just up there for now. This is the bigger harness. So right now I'm just figuring out how I was going to do this. So I'm going to take my conduit. I wrapped it up down around how I want it to be. And I come up with that length. Because it's going to go down, circle around, come back up. Right where this blue wire is. Comes in behind the ignition switch. So it's all tucked up in there. And you got a nice big loop on there, so you got extra wire if you need it. And it also, for vibration, loops help you. So, help absorb vibrations. Alright, so these are black wires. Tag these all together. I cut all these at the same length, so they're all working with the same lengths of everything. Okay, so that goes up in there like that. And this circles up underneath. Just gonna make sure there's nothing else in the way under there. It's a little bit hard to deal with this, so let me go ahead and put another piece of conduit on here so it makes it easier to poke through. Okay, what are we going to get in the way of under here? Wire up in there, and then she come right on through, no problem. Okay. So it's just going to go right like that. Quick and simple. Looks pretty clean. Do 3-way termination. Put a sweat thing across there, and we're done. Quick and simple. So I got my 1/4-inch eyelet right here. This is not big enough for 3 wires, so I need to get one that's for, need to get a bigger one. So I get to go over here to the tray, get a bigger one. No dinky ones. Good old big blue one. So, I don't exactly want to have all this insulation on here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and pull this thing off, because we don't need this. So that is just done. A couple pairs of pliers. Let's see, my new ones here, they got better bite. So you hold that right there. Take your dikes, squeeze onto this one a little bit, and pull off. Boom. An insulated terminal. Now you put our shrink tubing on that and do what we need. It's big enough for 3 wires to go in there. Quick and simple. Alright, see? I think we can see where we're at. Hard to tell. Alright, where's my shrink at? Shrink is right here. Okay, so this is going to go right over that. I don't think this will fit over that. So we go to our big shrink. That's for the 14 gauge stuff. That definitely will shrink over everything, no problem. The disadvantage of this is if you make a mistake, you're short. But that's long enough to go across anyway. So we're going to just clip these off here. See how short I think I can make this. Pretty sure I can do it that short. It goes right there, crimp on. I can probably go a little bit less than that. Keep it tight. Easier chance of screwing things up when you make it really close. Remember that? The more precision you make it, the more chance you do to screw it up. Okay, I'm going to make sure we get all these cut. 1/4 inch. Trying to go down more, it won't let me go. That was a little bit on the short side, but that's alright. That was a little bit on the long side. Thought it was going to be on the short side. Okay, I pulled that one through too far now. Get them all line up. Easier said than done at this rate. Don't like pulling wires like this, but this one wire got too damn long. Alright, we'll just pull this back out. We got less tension on everything. This one wire keeps coming up a little on the longish side for whatever reason. I obviously pulled it out pretty hard when I was yanking on it, so no problem. Just shorten it up. Go. Cut off the excess now. You cut too much. Do a big twist. Stick the eyelet on the direction you want to go. I want to go on the back side of the cover there like that. Give it a good yank. It's on there good and tight. Well, they'll stick through further than I thought they were. It's alright. Just makes it a little bit hard to put in, that's all. Cut off a little excess. Get the sharp edge down a little bit. Shrink on. The shrink I forgot to put on. Did I forget to put the shrink on? I don't see the shrink. What happened to it? I think I forgot to put it on. Damn it. I'm good for doing that. No shrink. We'll just shove the housing up over a little bit deeper. It's a ground anyway, so it's good to go. I guess I forgot to put the shrink tubing on there, but we don't need it. It probably fell off when I pulled it through, I bet. Yep. That's exactly what happened. Thought I had it on there. Another screw up. Oh well. Get in line. Not the first one, not the last one. Okay. We'll just put that in there like that. Looks nice and clean. That's pretty tight. Okay. Oh, looks good now. So we can do a voltage check now. We got access to doing. Now we got a ground. We can check things now to see if they're working. That'd be a plus, huh? Let's see if we can figure it out. We have an ignition switch sitting here. All right, you can see all the lights over here, I think. Yep. Okay. Battery works. Oh, the lights don't work because it's not hooked up. Duh. Okay, here's one light. Nope. Nothing. That's not what I wanted to see. Should have been something working. Uh-oh. That's not good. Why is it not working? We should have power. No power. To nothing? I don't think so. There we go. Should be tail light. The lower one. Yep, the lower one's on. That one over there. And tail light again. Tail light again. So this one over here would be the other one. Yeah, the one you can barely see. Alright, so running lights work. And the license plate light down there is on also. Yep. Okay, that works. Now we check the brake light. These are our 3 brake light wires. There's that one kind of coming on. There it is. The crappy one I can't see, and the bright one. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay, so the electrical test worked alright. We got power. What I don't know is why that wire is not working. Which one is this lighting up? Crappy one I can't see. Okay. Why is that switch not on? Oh. Because I'm a dumbass. That's why I'm on the wrong switch. There we go. Stupid. I was on the starter wire. That's connected to that poster right there on top. That silver one. I thought that was a lug sticking out. No, that's the starter wire. The lug is actually one below it down there. That one. Right there. That's the light wire. So the lights go to this one. And the brake light wire switch wire is going to have to come off the ignition wire here and go on down to there. And these three here go into a spade down there. So instead of having these little dinky spades like this, well, one can be small, I guess. The other one's got to be big. What are these over here? Right here. Yep. Number blue. Big one. So that'll be the one that goes on these three right here. All three of those will get tagged into one. So we got on one side that switch under there. Down here, that switch. And the other ones will go the other way. The disadvantage of this is they're all going straight up and down, which means the wire is going to hang down slightly, which I don't like. But, oh well, that's how it's going to be. That's how it was. And the other wire will be a single wire that powers everything. So all the lights come on at once. So I'll probably go from the 20 gauge wire. I'm going to go to this wire here, 18. So we'll make it in 18. How do we know which one this is? It'll just be the bigger wire. So here's the wires. Yeah, it's hard to put on a roll. Stuff's hard to do. Come on. Or it can be to pull the damn wire off the spool. There you go. Can you tell which wire is which? See, it's a lot bigger. So we'll put one of these up through there. And it'll come up to this wire up here. That way when the ignition comes on, the lights are on. So I think that's where it goes. This was another one. I don't remember disconnecting anything when I pulled that off, so I'm not sure how it had power. Maybe there's another switch in there I can't see. Yeah, we'll dick with that tomorrow. Oh, it's 11:30 now. Oh well, there you go. Alright, so we'll use this wire for the feed line, because that one wire feeds three small ones. Should be fine. Alright, we'll get this button up tomorrow, hopefully. At least for that part. We go test ride it and see why it dies on the freeway, evidently. Supposedly every time it goes on the freeway it dies, but not on the side streets. That doesn't make sense. So, yeah, we'll find out. That's it for tonight.